Hey everybody! I hope you're doing well today. My name is Aletta Meijer and today I thought let's do another video. I received a comment on my last video asking if I could refer to some books. So I thought, hey, why not do it? And also for other people watching, if you have some questions or things you want to share, just tell me in the comments and who knows, I can do a new video about that. So let's go to the books. The books that I've picked are all books that have helped me in my process. And from every book, you don't have to agree with everything that's been said, but out of every book that I have picked, there is something really valuable that I've learned there and something that has helped me in my healing process. So the first two I want to refer to are especially relevant for the people suffering from PTSD, which is very common after narcissistic abuse. A lot of people end up being traumatized, so either they have complex PTSD or PTSD. Complex PTSD is basically the type that you get when you've been in a situation for longer periods of time. So the first one I want to refer to is this one. Complex PTSD from Surviving to Thriving from Pete Walker. And the reason why I like this book so much, because it is quite a heavy book, heavy subject obviously, is that this guy went through it all by himself as well. So he's talking from experience, which I think is a big plus. It made me feel less alone in my process. And other than that, he also refers to the different types of ways we react to trauma. So for instance, he also touches the narcissistic abuse and narcissism in general as a way of as a coping mechanism. So it all made me understand the whole process better. And the second one on this subject is The Body Keeps the Score. Well, the title says it all. Basically, the body keeps the score. The more stuff that has happened to us, and especially longer periods of time, the body keeps the score. And in the end, in our healing processes, we need to balance that out. So this one is more scientific, but I love the way how he approaches yoga, breathing exercises, these types of resolutions to PTSD. So other than that, there are books that I found very interesting. Obviously, for people coming out of narcissistic abuse relationships, it is always a good thing to read up on the subject, to read up on narcissistic abuse. There are many great books out there. I personally love to listen and read the books by Dr. Ramani. Another one, but this is specifically for the Dutch people, is Jan Storm's Destructieve Relatie op de Schop. When I did the interview with him for the documentary, he told me there was going to be an English version. So I think we just need to be a little bit more patient with the English version. But this, for the Dutch one, sorry for the non-Dutch people, but this is a really, really good one. But yes, definitely read up on narcissism as much as you can. But I do think at some point you want to make the transition to actually healing, because even reading on the subject, this is why that book, I had to put it aside sometimes, because I felt that there was stress in my body to even reading about that subject. So I think, so basically what I would say is read up as much as you can, but at some point really make the transition to healing and try to let go of that subject when you can. So another one that I thought was very, very interesting was Becoming Supernatural by Dr. Joe Dispenza. It has a very spiritual approach, and he is advertising meditation a lot. But what I found interesting with this book specifically is, even though he's not talking about narcissistic abuse at all, but what he is talking about is about reprogramming the brain. So I was thinking, when we are in abuse relationships, narcissistic abuse, what happens to our brain it gets reprogrammed. Because basically one way to reprogram your brain is by repetition. So let's say you have the abuser tell you that you're crazy, you're this, you're that, you're doing this and that wrong, la la la, to you every day on a daily level. Then after so many years, you start believing in this. And I think we have all gone through this process where we feel, wait a minute, I used to have far more confidence back in the day, or I used to feel much happier, or well, much more yourself in any way. So you could say that after so many years, the narcissist has reprogrammed your brain in a different way. So what I thought about this book is reprogramming your brain to the way it was meant to be. That's the way how I see it. And he is explaining how to reprogram the brain. And I think this is unknowingly very relevant for people who've gone through abuse. So any types of trauma you can reverse basically by doing meditations and doing affirmations and repetition. A lot of repetition is in there. So talking about affirmations, here's another one by Louise Hay. This is a Dutch version, as you can see, but she is the queen of the affirmations. I've had her, I have quite a few of her books. They are powerful in itself, but to me, whenever I feel that I need a comforting voice in my head, I just listen to her. So 6 months ago, unfortunately, I came down with COVID. And what happened is at that time I had just ordered a book. And the person I ordered that book from, I did not know this man. He said, oh, I've just given you a gift. So I have put another book in the package, and it was supposed to be a surprise. So I know when I get a surprise, especially from strangers, then I know this book is going to tell me something. This book is coming to me for a reason. So I am going to show this book. It's called I don't know how to explain it, how to pronounce it. It's a 5-axis or 5-axis, I'm not entirely sure. Healing Through Earth Energies. So it's a bit of a rare book as I found it. I opened it, and the first thing I read randomly was how important it is to walk on the earth, like walking through the grass with bare feet. And that's basically what I've done. That's how I healed myself from COVID. Just connecting to the earth. I know it's a bit spiritual, the spiritual approach to healing, but I thought let's just say that one as well, because I thought it was very interesting that it just happened like that. Okay, so another one. It's a bit of a do book. This is called The Little Book of Energy Medicine by Donna Eden. It's a very little book, as you can see, very little. Why I like this, it contains exercises that you can do. It's a bit yoga-ish, but not really. I use it to get some extra energy in my body. So she's got, for instance, the daily 5-minute energy routine, which I do on a daily basis. And every time I do it, I feel good. So this is another one to read, but especially do. And another one, which is quite interesting, it's not a read book, but it is a book that was given to me last Christmas. It's called The 6-Minute Diary. And you're supposed to write in there. So obviously, because it's a diary. Yeah, so I'm just gonna go to the parts where I have not written. So it basically says on a daily basis you have to write down what you're grateful for. This is how I'll make my day go great. Positive affirmation, and then at the end of the day you write things that you've experienced and good things about the day. And it may look like nothing, but sometimes we all get stuck in the things that go wrong during the day, and you think about, okay, this happened, that happened. So we all got things happening to us during it on a daily basis. So it is easy to get stuck in that thought process. And what I think what that really worked on this one is you just focus on the good stuff that's happened to you on a daily basis. And in my experience, you just find out how much good stuff is going on. So that's why I'm saying this one. The last one for the kind of spiritual people here is the subtle body. It's basically an encyclopedia about the energetic body. Why I think this is important, because once we are healing, whatever we are healing from, it is really important to understand the body, and not just the body the way that Western medicine approaches it, but also the body in terms of meridians and energies that we feel and have around us and carry with us. So it basically explains all of that stuff: meridians, chakras, energy systems, the way we are built up of water, all of that stuff is in here. And so I think this is a really good book to refer to, and if there's parts in here that you think is interesting, you can always read up about a specific subject anyway, but there are a great deal of ways to heal in here. So those are the books that I would refer to. And well, this is a very personal experience type of video. Again, this has been my experience of the books that have really helped me, and I like to read. So yeah, I hope this had been of any interest for you guys, and maybe I've inspired you a little bit. I hope so. And yeah, if there's anything else that you think you want to know or have questions, or you think, okay, let's do a video about that, please, then just let me know. And for now, I'm wishing you a great day. Bye.